Was offered some hearing aids, but he wouldn't hear of it. Yeah, anyway, let me do this.
Galaxy 107fm.
That's right, you're right here at Galaxy 107 FM. It is 7 after 10 o'clock, 26 degrees. That's 1 degree over what the weatherman says. Heading to my prediction now, 30 degrees. It's going to get there too. Not sure about 31 for Barbara, but well, there's plenty of day to go yet, isn't there? It's Monday, January 18th. Must be weird for the other side of the world saying it's Monday when they're on Sunday, but you know, you get that. And for you guys, are we live right now? We are live right now. For you guys joining us live on Facebook Live right now, thank you very much for tuning in. And for you guys that are going to watch a little later on, you know what to do, right? Yeah, sub, thumb, bell, bingo. You know what I'm talking about. You'll get all the notifications and everything like that then. And, well, I'm elated. Literally, yes I am, because, believe me, we're going over to Ottawa and we're going to be joined by Dr. Seth Yates. But, well, you know him as Doc Yates, yes.
Yeah.
Check this out. Here's Blue Eyes, Blue Skies, Green Eyes, right here at Galaxy. Give us just a couple of minutes and say hello.
Yeah. So how you been doing?
I'm doing good, my bro. Absolutely brilliant. In fact, I'm a little dark. Hold on.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Just need to turn some fluoros on in here.
That's better.
Yeah. Well, I feel sorry for you
Hi,
now that you
Cheryl,
can
darling.
see me.
How are you?
So you guys haven't been that bad over there? Like you're not in lockdown or anything like that, or?
Since the concept of COVID-19, we've lost about 20, almost 30 people, but that's it, in a population of about 5 million. Mostly right now it is contained at the border. We have nothing in the community. But having said that, we're being accused of sending it offshore to Fiji right now. 2 people in Fiji coming from a flight in New Zealand have it. But they did a couple of weeks here. They came here on the taxpayer, did a couple of weeks here, then went over. They pretty much contracted it in the quarantine home. So
Yeah. Sounds like it.
yeah, isn't it crazy?
Yeah.
You know, the whole concept of this is just nuts, really.
Yeah. Well, I remember when we started talking when it first kind of hit the news in China, and we never. I don't think either of us thought it would get to this.
No, we didn't. And believe me, I feel sorry for artists like yourself and for people like Barbara who manage bands coming into the country, does all the logistics and stuff like that. We can't have concerts and stuff unless, well, we actually are having concerts here now, but they're only internal bands, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's the best we can do. Let's go to the desk. First one up, besides Blue Skies, Green Eyes, is Please Miss the DJ.
Yeah. You got it.
You know, arguably one of my favourite songs is Blue Skies, Green Eyes from Doc Yates. I love that track, I really do. Welcome, Doc Yates. How are you, Seth?
Hey, I'm doing great. Thanks for having me, Grant. And Barbara?
It is an absolute pleasure to have you, my friend. You know you're always welcome here at Galaxy, and believe me, I've been actually telling quite a few people, ever since you told me about, of course, your drummer being at the NASCAR thing, running into a couple of Australians, having a Galaxy experience. Of course, we're talking about Brett Cohen, and believe me, nice to know that he's into racing.
Oh yeah, Yeah, I'm sure he's missing it now. I don't think he's gone out south of the border for quite a while this season, so.
Yeah, exactly. Believe me, I would absolutely love to take in a NASCAR race. I've been to the States a couple of times, but unfortunately that one has absolutely eluded me. Now, we kicked this off, my friend, with, as I say, arguably one of my favourite songs, because there is a couple of favourites I've got of yours, with Blue Skies, Green Eyes. Now, let's refresh our listeners' memories and our viewing audience. Tell me a little bit about Blue Skies.
Well, Blue Skies, Green Eyes was one of the first songs that I had written, and it was just kind of more of a lamenting song. I had moved away, and I was just kind of thinking about, back home, and put it all together, and that was it, really. And then I actually there's two versions of that song, so I had more of like a folky version, and then I had a country producer work with it, and that's the version you've got there.
Well, you know something? As I say, arguably one of my faves. It really, really is. I love your work anyway, my friend. I really, really do. But at the same time, it is kind of a surreal time right now. I gather you're not doing a lot of concerts right now.
No, everything is just recording and putting out songs, which is fine. I like that part of it too, just as much. So I'm okay, but I would like to get out and play some shows at festivals. That's for sure.
Yeah, believe me, I'm hanging out for it myself. I've got to be honest.
Yeah.
We're doing something here. Maybe end of this year, coming into next year, with the studios where we're actually going to be putting up monitors and everything like that. It's going to get more interactive with our audience to the artists that we're interviewing at the time, much like yourself.
Oh, cool.
So we are looking to the future very, very much, and getting some of the brightest minds behind it to get it. But they're suggesting, things like concerts overseas right now. They do the same kind of thing where they have you're sitting at home on your computer, your laptop, or whatever, taking part in the concert. Now, I can see the feasibility of that. It's better that way than contracting anything that you really don't want, like a bug. But at the same time, it just detracts from concert. I mean, for me, it's going to the show. You know what I mean?
Oh, 100%. It's not even comparable. Not even close.
Exactly.
It's better than nothing, but it's not even comparable to going to a show.
You can't get dressed up, you can't get all hyped up, and you can't experience the same level of interest in it when you're sitting in your lounge or on your laptop, taking part in it. It's more like watching television now, isn't it?
Yeah, and that's not just as an audience member, as a performer too. Like that, it's like the guys playing sports with no one in the audience right now. I don't know how they get any extra, anything to hype them up. It's the audience is what drives you.
Exactly. Well, a good example of this, and I've got to be honest with you, I don't know if you're a wrestling fan, but I do suggest go and have a look at some of the WWF stuff right now. They're making the most of it, and they're making it work for them. I got to be honest with you, but, they're still in an empty stadium. Really? That would... Yeah, I couldn't do it. I really couldn't. You see, even I feed off the crowd. You know what I mean?
And especially something like WWF,
Yeah, it's almost real now. You know what I mean? It never was real in the first place, kind of thing. But believe me, I wouldn't want to take any hits from these guys or do any of the stuff. But at the same time, when there's no audience there and all you're seeing is faces in the background, I'm wondering to myself, is the sound actually pre-recorded from past days and past memories and stuff like that, all added onto it just to make it a show? But believe me, even those guys must think, what the hell? You know what I mean?
I'm sure they got to push themselves a little harder to really act a little harder. For the acting part of it.
Exactly. You just got to re-enthuse yourself and get it done. But, here in New Zealand, we aren't doing so bad, actually. But, it's worked so far, but we're not out yet, I've got to be honest with you. And, well, I've got to ask you, Seth, please, Mr. DJ, surely you're not talking about me, are you?
Well, it was a little bit you were involved in that, I'll be honest. Because as I was writing, I was like, you know what, Grant would love this song. So, and then I sent it over, and Barbara was like, oh, is this song for Grant? And I was like, oh.
This is where the idea came from, actually. I was talking to Barbara and she goes, "You're going to love this. Sure, it's about you, but we're not going to say much tongue-in-cheek kind of stuff." You know? And I went, "Really? That's fascinating." That really is. So I had to ask, is there a little bit of Grant in there? Well, you've answered that.
There is a bit of Grant in there, not going to lie.
I love that fact. I really, really do. I'm going to have to get Barbara to send you something that we did a few months ago, actually, with a couple of bands, one coming out of Norway and another band coming out of Canada. And, I set them a challenge, literally, and that was, it was 100 years, 101 years now, actually, that the Charleston, you remember the Charleston? It was a dance, but it had its own original music that went with it, right?
Yep.
And I'm saying to these guys, I really doubt copyright's going to get on your case now, 101 years later. And these are heavy metal bands, and I'm saying, can you incorporate it as a hook in one of your songs, right? Yeah, no, they both went, no. In fact, no. But then, we did a New Year's Eve show about a year ago, not the last New Year's Eve, and I've got to say, is it too late to say Happy New Year to you, my bro?
No, I'm good.
Awesome. Well, Happy New Year. Have a very happy and successful and healthy New Year. That comes from all of us here. But these guys, we did a Happy New Year's last year, and believe me, it was a rather bit of fun because one of the guys that we were getting involved with, we were drinking. Got to admit, we were running the ship, ship drinking. Well, one of them passed out, and the other one just continued talking for hours. And he's sitting there going, "Tim, wake up. Tim, wake up." A number of hours later, and Tim finally wakes up and goes, "And this guy's still talking." Right? And finally, he acknowledges what's going on and everything like that. We're gone hours ago. And they got together and decided, Grant's got an idea here. Maybe we can collaborate. But we don't want to do the Charleston. So, you know what they came up with? They came up with a Christmas song.
Ah, nice.
And it's called Christmas in the North. Well, it's going to detract from anything, literally, because on the video they've got me introducing it, so they're not going to do anything with it from that point onwards. But the song itself is absolutely splendid.
Nice.
So... and it was their idea to get me involved because basically I was the one saying, "I'll get a challenge." You know what I mean? I'll get Barbara to send it to you at some stage. You might actually like it. It's really, really cool.
Okay.
And it was absolutely perfect for this year's Christmas. You know what I mean? Brilliant.
Oh, yeah.
So now they're coming up with something, maybe there's a DJ involved in that as well. So you've trumped them right now. You really have, by coming out with Please Mr. DJ. Now please tell me all about it. How did you come to this?
Well, part of it was, actually my sister was like, "You've done a banjo song in a long time," because I used to play a lot of tunes on my banjo, so I started kind of plucking away on it, and it's, I don't know, I pluck away on it, and then if I ever have a chance after that I go for a drive, that's when the words come into my head. So I don't remember where I was driving, and then just started popping in my head, and I don't know, it's sometimes you don't force the words, they just come into your head. So I was like, "Please, Mr. DJ." It was kind of like, almost like a request to like play my song.
I get a lot of that, I do. And I can understand going for a drive. You see, this is how I choose to do the interviews in the first place. When I hear bands, is I don't hear them at home and I don't listen to them at the studio or anything like that, because everybody can give me an influence. I do it in my car. And believe me, I can understand when I hear voices in my head, it's coming out of my speakers. You know what I mean? So I understand the process totally. I really, really do. And support it, actually, because then you get more creative. The thing is, I do listen to the bands and everything, the music in my car on a little Bluetoothy device that Barbara gives me. I get no information, only the music. And I do it for two reasons. A, I can decide whether I want to do the interview. And B, well, to tell you the truth, Seth, nobody wants to drive with me. They don't. They really don't. They kind of think that going sideways is unnatural.
Yeah, you're one of those, eh? Where everyone's just hanging on to the handle for dear life.
Yeah, well, I used to do that on my Harley too, no. If you're not going to strap in and hold on, Well, see ya. I'm still riding. Believe me, I had a lot of fun with it. So, right here at Galaxy 107 FM, and we're breaking this to the world right now, is please Mr. DJ Seth Yates, live. Here's one for you, Seth. I was around at a friend of mine's place the other day, and his mum and dad go out to the back lawn kind of area by the pool to go and have breakfast in the mornings, right? And he was sitting in the lounge listening to them through the bay windows.
Hey,
And
Donnie.
Margaret
Nice
says
to
to
meet you.
John, John, when I die, will you get married again? And John's reading his paper and he, look, you know, shut up, girl, I'm not going to, don't want to answer this, right? And he says, Grant, the thing is, at night time, my bedroom's next to their bedroom, I can hear them through the walls. They head together, and he goes, at night time I heard Mum ask the same question, and Dad lost his rag. He goes, listen, I don't want to go on. This has been going on for about 3 days now, Grant. I'm going, really? Okay. And he goes, but finally this morning at breakfast, the old man relented and he says, all right, I'll get married again. And she goes, oh, will you? And he goes, yeah. And she goes, oh, will you sell the house? And he goes, no, I'm not going to sell the house. And she goes, oh, will you sell my car? And he goes, no, I'm not going to sell your car. Oh, what about my golf clubs? Look, she's left-handed, okay? Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear.
Yeah, I've heard that a few times.
You've heard that one a few
Yeah.
times.
You've
Even
got
you
Donnie Coulter from Creatures of Condition. watching.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice to meet you, Don. I am looking forward to doing a show with you. I really am. Great music, really. And I've only just heard it this morning. Really like it. Anyway, let's go back to the desk.
Hey.
That's right, you're right here at Galaxy 107 FM, and got to welcome along Creatures of Condition. Believe me, I'm looking forward to doing an interview with these guys. I've only just heard their music this morning, and believe me, love their work. I really am. And believe me, folks, if you don't know who Creatures of Condition is, and especially with Donnie, welcome along, guys. Go and check them out on the interwebby thing. I'm sure you will be absolutely amazed. I really am. But in the meantime, I'm talking to Doc Yates, Seth Yates, in fact. Now, do you still have 4 clinics running right now?
No, 2.
Just 2. You've scaled it back a little bit?
Scaled down. Well, with everything, I went down to 0 for a while when everything was in full lockdown in March. And then I only ever opened 2 of them back up.
Okay, well,
because I lost a lot of staff too. Like one guy retired, and yeah. So and then I used to have a lot of staff working with patients. Now I'm the only one working with patients, just because if one person gets interacted with someone with COVID, then all the clinics shut down. So just from a risk management, it's easier for me to be the only one.
Yep. I fully understand. I really do. And props to you for actually being hands-on and staying the course of work, if you know what I mean.
Yep.
Believe me, when we first did our lockdowns, I had to send everybody home. And 24 hours a day, I'm looking after all of this equipment here. Only person in the station, literally, and got to know all about computers. You know, I'm sure they're all got their own little personalities, these computers. They really do, and each and every one of them made trouble for me as often as they possibly could.
Yeah, I believe it. I started to appreciate how much stuff my assistant was doing for me when she was off. I was like, holy smokes.
Yeah, isn't it amazing? Believe me,
Yeah.
the amount of work that you get done that you don't actually know is being done is absolutely phenomenal. Believe me, I was doing production, I was doing reception, I was doing on air, doing the IT stuff.
Yeah.
What a
Yeah, a lot
pain.
more appreciation.
You know, and I'm sitting there hoping everybody's having a nice quiet beer at home. And the beauty about us here in New Zealand is we didn't have a toilet roll shortage.
I don't know why that was so big here, but like the toilet paper thing here was just like the States. Everyone was going crazy for it.
Yeah, well, you see, I'm sure us men have been lied to by women for years because we're under the understanding that a woman's best friend is diamonds, where the truth is it's actually toilet paper.
Write that down.
Yeah, right then. Yeah, take a mental note, guys. Toilet paper. Get a ring, mate. Looking like a diamond. Toilet paper. Dear, oh dear, oh dear. I'm going to be a broken man by the end of this. I'm going to get smashed all over the place. Doc Yates, tell me about Broken Man.
Oh, so Broken Man was the title track for this gospel album that I'm releasing. So that one I did with a producer named Dustin Bird. He's out of here in Ottawa, well, close to the Ottawa. He's in the Ontario region. Really young guy too, like early 20s. And I had a way I was doing it, and he said, "Let's try this." And he put that whistle part in, and I was like, "Oh, that's wicked." It's a very simple song. It's almost like a cry out of a song, but we left it really empty, and I really liked the way it turned out.
Well, I got to be honest with you. I love it. I really, really do.
Oh, I'm glad you like it.
But having said that, you know I'm biased anyway. I'm kind of a big Doc Yates fan as it is.
Oh,
so,
glad to hear that too.
So, right here at Galaxy. We have played it a number of times, haven't said a thing. We were waiting to release it. So officially right now, here at Galaxy 107 FM, it is Monday, January 18th, 10:30, we're releasing to the world Broken Man by Doc Yates. Damn, it's hot in here. How's the temperature over there?
Well, we've got a foot of snow yesterday.
I don't like snow, especially if they're all feet. No.
Yeah.
No.
I heard you guys talking about the weather earlier, and I was a little jealous.
Yeah, 26 degrees right now. Loving it.
No, I had the snowplow out this morning. It was definitely we were buried in pretty good.
Oh,
But
yeah.
the kids love it. Like they love playing in it.
Yeah, well, there's children, of course, you know.
Yeah.
It kind of gets a bit old past the age of, 14, 15. Unless you've got a snowboard or something.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. All the ski hills in Ontario are shut down now too. But
Exactly.
you have to go to Quebec or something.
Oh, God. Speak French. No, you can't ski. You can't speak French. I'm very good at speaking French. I know one sentence, and it's "Parlez-vous français, hubba hubba." And it was a Frenchman that taught it to me. I got so slapped. He goes, "Go up and say "Parlez-vous français, hubba hubba." So I did. Boff. And she was American. That was even worse. I thought I was getting onto a French chick. Never mind. Failed again. I see. Have you been reading the news lately? How about Amsterdam? Do you realise that they're closing down selling weed to the tourists now?
No, I haven't heard anything about
Yeah,
that.
they're being very selfish. You're not allowed to sell weed, or you're not allowed to do tours now past the windows.
Well, they've got no tourists at the
Oh, okay.
moment anyway.
Yeah, well, yeah, they've got no tourists at the
No,
moment.
so
have they?
they
Yeah.
can't sell it. Yeah.
So, yeah, they'll
They'll
just
get
sell weed to
pictures.
themselves, right? Don't smoke your own product. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Take it from a doctor, he should know. Don't
Yeah, he
smoke your
does
product.
most probably the CBD oil to his patients.
Dear, oh dear. Well, he could do. We were talking about
Yeah,
that
we
not so
did.
long ago. Yeah.
Hello, he's still there.
it's been about 10 months since we caught up last, my friend, and
Has it been that long?
it really has been that long, and
Wow.
we were discussing a referendum that we were doing because we had forthcoming elections back then. And one of them was, of course, euthanasia. The other one was the passing of the marijuana bill. Now,
Yeah.
1 out of 2 got passed, literally. And that was the euthanasia bill. I'm in favour of that, as long as it's done correctly. It's all, legal and everything like that. I'm all in favour of that. Because I do feel that there's a need for that in certain specialised areas.
Yeah.
I've got to be honest.
Yeah.
But on the other one, we failed, literally. 49 to 50. Basically, it was that tight, but, you had to get across the line convincingly, and it didn't happen. Which is a shame, because the last time we spoke about this was the medical marijuana purposes. And how's it going over there now that it's legal for you guys under medical reasons? Have you seen a big difference?
I don't feel like I've seen that. Like, it was really big when it first came out. I've seen definitely a handful of patients that have switched from anxiety medications to that and have had better results. I've seen some people who were just trying a lot of those edibles, and then they're like, didn't necessarily work for them. But definitely for a lot of people switching from the anxiety medications to that, or stronger sleep medications to that, they've had a lot of benefit.
Yeah, literally. And I endorse that. I would rather them have something natural than maybe something pharmaceutical that's going to make an addict out of them, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I concur with that.
Yeah, believe me, if there needs to be a drug, make it the right drug. Don't make it a chemical that is made by man purely for money and to get people addicted to it so that they can continually make money off it. That's wrong. It really is. You know something? God made marijuana before they made pills. It's true.
Can I do that?
Yeah.
Can I do that?
It is true, absolutely true. But at the same time, I was saying to a friend of mine the other day that Moses was the very first internet user in the world.
How does this one go?
Yeah, well, you had to go up high for a start to get a reception, right? And then he had to download onto his tablet. It's true, I tell you. He was the very first internet user. There you go. But having said that, I mean, here's one for you, Doc, that really happened the other day. I was taking my dogs for a walk. We have a cemetery about a couple of blocks down the road, and good place to, just take the dogs for a stroll and back. And there was an old guy down there, and he come up to me and he goes, hey, was it you or your brother that passed away? Said, I don't know, I better ring my brother. Anyway, my friend, it has been an absolute pleasure catching up with you again. Have we got something coming in the future? Are you still working on stuff? Are we looking at a new album, new work, new song? What's coming?
Well, like I said, that Broken Man is the title track for that album that just came out 2 days ago.
That's how onto it we are.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, yeah. You guys, I sent it to you before it actually came out. So yeah, it actually just came out 2 days ago. It probably didn't even actually come out 2 days ago because I wanted it kind of coming out for my birthday, which was 2 days ago. But I think you normally actually need to put it out 8 days in advance so it has time to load to Spotify and everything like that. But so I kind of blitzed it, which I know isn't the ideal way to do it, but what are you gonna do?
Well, belated birthday to you, my friend. And I hope you had a blinder. I really, really do. But we are going to have to move on, I'm being told in my headphones.
Yep.
But don't go anywhere just yet. But please, come on back again. Always a pleasure to see you. Love the jacket, love the bandana around there, and the hat as well. That's the ensemble. Absolutely love that. I really, really do. Please take care. Have a very happy New Year. Have a safe New Year. And stay healthy, won't you?
I will. You too, guys. Okay?
Absolutely. But in the meantime, we'll go out with Miley Cyrus, Party in the USA, right here.